In the last class, we have discussed about Wyatt number, correct? BI. What is the formula? H, convective heat transfer coefficient, multiplied by characteristics length divided by your thermal conductivity. So this kind of phenomena which relate your convection and your conduction both. This is called as the Wyatt number. I think this is very, as I already told, lumped system, it is generally applicable when you will talk about unsteady state system. Okay. And we also seen that there is a two type of the system. One is steady state system and another is unsteady state system. And yesterday we have seen unsteady state system. I think you have seen little bit about the fundamental thing, how it is applicable. Today we will see what we have discussed and how we can derive and how we can solve the problem. Okay, these all the relations that how we can relate each and everything we have discussed in the yesterday's class. How we can compare why resistance come from. Okay, can anybody can tell that how the resistance come from? Because today I will also talk about resistance. What is the meaning of resistance? Can anybody? Okay, meaning of resistance means there is the some kind of resistive force or any kind of negative kind of thing which is apply adverse effect or negative effect to flow heat in a in a particular direction. Okay, if you have material, this is your sheet, when the heat flow from T1 to T2, then the thickness and its area will be resistance, but definitely it will depend on the thermal conductivity of material. If you have highly conductive material, yesterday we have seen that thermal conductivity just approaches to infinity. This only exists when ideal condition will occur, and we have seen that Q is equal to minus Ka delta T by delta X. And where we also talk, if this term it is infinity, this is ideal condition, then what will happen? You cannot change this. The heat transfer will be fixed now, because from this particular region and this particular distance is fixed, everything is fixed. Here area will be fixed, you cannot change area. uh, in that lumped system we have take small ball. Okay, and you can change only this del T by del X. This kind of phenomena we have seen in last class. Okay, and if you are talking about the derivation, how you will approach the derivation, that material it have some kind of property. Some kind of property mean inside property. Okay, then how you will correlate? If you have, now you can see this is the property. It will have, in the last class I have shown you that if you have some kind of ball, copper ball, any kind of ball, it have some kind of density, volume, specific heat, and yeah, it will definitely, it will have some kind of temperature. Okay, and thermal conductivity, sorry, and K as well. So these things depend on how the heat transfer will take place in your liquid. Okay, in the liquid oil, whatever liquid or whatever flowing medium you will take. Okay, so you are correlating this particular term will this convective heat transfer around the surface. How you will compare? You have to write Q is equal to minus rho V C del T by del X. I think you know this formula. This is very famous formula. If you want to determine Q, it is nothing but M Cp del T by del X. This is the formula. Okay. M means rho multiplied by V. C will be specific heat capacity. Delta T by delta tau. Sorry, this is tau. Sorry. This is tau, not H. This is tau. Okay, and you have to compare with convective heat transfer coefficient, convective heat transfer HA delta T around the ball, HA delta T, HA delta T. When you will compare both term, now you can see when you will, this is the expression, when you will compare both, you will get the value of this expression, T1 minus Ta divided by Ti minus Ta is equal to exponential function of minus Ha rho Vc tau. How you will get? If you will integrate this term, this is integration, you have to complete del T by del tau. You have to integrate. While integrating and by applying the boundary condition, you will get this expression. If somebody wants that should I show this derivation, I can show, but it is not necessary. Just keep in your mind that this is the difference, T minus Ta Ti minus Ta is equal to exponential function of minus Ha rho Vc tau. Okay, this is nothing but integration. I think everyone know how you will get this expression. After getting, what you have to do, you will have to plot like this. How you will plot? This will be your y is equal to e to the power x. Okay, this whole term here, e to the power minus x is here, exponential of minus this term. What will happen? It will reduce at a particular time. Now you can see it is reducing, but it will be depend on your tau as well, tau 1, tau 2, tau 3. As you will increase the time, this particular zone, it will reduce. Okay, this is the physical significance of this expression. Okay, you have got this expression, and then how you will approach further for different kind of questions. Now here few numericals are there. We will not discuss today numerical. We will, so this is very small numerical. Let me give one example. Like there is the one copper slab is there, thickness is 6.25, has a uniform temperature of 300 degree temperature. Its temperature is suddenly lower at to the 35 degrees that the centigrade. Calculate the time required for the plate to reach the temperature of 108 degrees centigrade. Each and every property is given. What you have to do? You have to determine area. Area, how you will determine? There is the two faces. This is your two face. Two face. Two face. One will be this, another will be that side. Okay. Then 2 multiplied by 2 side is there on this side and other side. Okay. 2 multiplied by length and width, you will get the area, two side. It is written clearly here, two side. Volume multiplied by the thickness, this one is the volume. And how much will be the characteristics length? LC will be, what is that formula? V by AC. Yesterday we have seen V will be volume, A will be your area. Just calculate byte number. Now you can see byte number, it is very less than 1. We are looking for byte number, it should be less than 1, then only lumped system will occur. If you will see byte number, it is very low, then you have got the byte number very low, then apply that formula which above we have discussed, this formula, and determine the value of tau. It is very simple, very simple equation. You have to do nothing, just calculate byte number, check the condition whether it is less than 1 or not, just apply this formula, you will get this value. Okay. Okay, and today we will talk about critical insulation thickness, but there is one problem in your syllabus. Let me show. Yesterday I was looking for your syllabus. I could not find anywhere they have not mentioned anything regarding your cylinder kind of thing, because without knowing cylinder derivation you cannot go critical insulation thickness. First we will see, we will have a small look on the derivation. Give me a moment. Then I have added few points here. Don't worry, I will circulate this notes. Don't worry. Yeah? First, we will talk about heat conduction through hollow cylinder. Hollow cylinder. Why we are discussing about cylinder? I will tell. Why we are reading this cylinder and a sphere. It will be required. If you have one hollow cylinder, okay. Then if you will talk about that, yesterday we talked about resistance, okay. Then you have to determine the resistance. How you will determine the resistance? This is your hollow wire, okay. What he did here, he cut that small segment here, a small segment you have to cut, okay. This is a small segment. Now you can see he has taken delta R, a small segment, and he has made one resistance like this. Means there will be some kind of resistance through this hollow surface, okay. It will apply some kind of resistance, okay. Then how he has made that circuit, now you can see. And this circuit you have to determine how much will be this resistance value, okay. In the conduction convection for single slab or sorry, plain slab or plain wall, what was the resistance for the conduction? L by Ka, okay. RTH by the convection 1 by HA. This thing we have seen, correct? This thing you have solved problem as well, both. But this numerical only for plain slab, plain wall, or any kind of that brickish wall. And there should some kind of wall. And here we will talk about cylindrical kind of thing. Then how you will prove this thing? You know, Q is equal to minus Ka del T by del R. Area will be 2 pi R because this is circular, correct? 2 pi R L. Then put the value of the area 2 pi R L multiply del T by del R. Okay, just integrate this value by rearranging and integrate this value. After integrating, you will get this expression. And what is the value of resistance? Temperature difference delta T divided by your resistance, sum of resistance. I think this formula yesterday we have also, not yesterday, we have discussed earlier as well. Okay, this is the analogous to your electric circuit as well. Okay, so you have got this expression R value, just keep in your mind ln R2 by R1 divided by 2 pi KL. Just keep in your mind. And if you will see, this is your R2. This is your hollow cylinder, length is L. Q will dissipate from inside to outside, okay. Heat dissipation in the radial direction, the outside, or it is written here, no heat flow in axial direction, okay. We are talking about only radial direction, how radially heat will transfer. Heat flow radial outward direction. Now he has clearly mentioned that is outward direction. T1 it is higher inside, and T2 it is lower. Then how you will compare T1 to T2? You have to just determine how the heat will transfer from higher to lower. Now you can see here it is T1 at the inside, T1, and outside will be your T2. Now you can see this is the profile. This is the profile how the heat transfer will takes place. And which kind of diameter it is depend on, that the outer diameter and the inner diameter. Just keep in your mind R2 by R1. Here the check the formula, thermal resistance ln of R2 by R1 divided by 2 pi KL. Similarly, you have to do the derivation for cylinder as well. For a sphere, this one was for cylinder, this is for a sphere. Same thing, you have any kind of ball, any kind of iron ball, copper ball, any kind of ball, heat will flow from inside to outside, okay. T1 it is higher than T2, but here same thing, you have taken that only the radial flow will be there. Radial flow means in the radial direction, okay. In the radial direction means in the direction of R, in the direction of radius, okay. You have to do nothing, you have to change only area, because for the sphere area will be A is equal to 4 pi R square. Sphere area, just put this value, just integrate, you will get this value. Derivation, everything is same, everything is same. It is similar to cylinder only, but here cylinder area is 2 pi RL and here the area of a sphere is equal to 4 pi r square. Okay, so you have got those two expressions, one thermal resistance for sphere and thermal resistance for cylinder. Okay, this I want to show you. Okay, so moving ahead, we will check what is the meaning of critical thickness and what is the meaning of optimum insulation whatever thickness. First of all, the question comes in your mind, should come in your mind, that why we want critical kind of thing. Why? What is the reason behind? If you will check the fundamental formula, sorry, you will check the formula, Q heat transfer is equal to, what is the formula? Ka minus Ka delta by delta x, delta t by delta x. Okay, delta x, delta Ka delta t by delta x. If you'll check the formula very clearly, that it is depend on your area and it is depend on delta t by delta x. We have already seen that Q is proportional to your area and Q is proportional to your delta t by delta x. Difference delta x, the particular small segmental thickness where you want to calculate temperature difference. And you got two kind of thing, that your heat flow depend on the area and delta t by delta x. Now, if you will increase the area, if there is some kind of wire and here electricity is flowing, your like your cable wire, cable, okay, current is flowing through this pipe, through this cable, and definitely if the current will flow, there will be some kind of generation of heat, and you want to coat this particular thickness. And as I already told, that your Q, if the current will flow, it will generate some kind of heat. So your heat depend on your area. Means if you want to coat that particular segment, you have applied this much width of thickness of coating. Okay, this much thickness of coating you have applied around the cable. But some other person came, he told, "Arey, you did wrong thing. You should increase the thickness." Okay, someone came and he told, "No, no, you have to increase the thickness like this. Then only you would be able to control the heat." He has applied so much polymer. There is polymer kind of thing, na, your around the cable. Current is flowing in this direction, and what he did, he applied larger thickness of polymer. He did coating, larger thickness of polymer coating. Now you can see here thickness, assume it is near about 0.5 mm, 0.5 mm. But what he did, he applied near about 2 mm. And he determined, but first question should come, which one is correct? That this one is correct or this one is correct? Which one is correct? How you will compare? You have to calculate how much heat is transferring from this particular polymeric system.
Yeah.
Okay. So how you will determine that? How you will determine that thickness? What you have to do? You have to first of all calculate Q. But here main thing, it is depend on your area as well. Ka, thermal conductivity of your polymer, delta x, it will be depend on your area. As you will increase the thickness, heat transfer will be very high, because in cable what you are doing, you want to increase larger heat of dissipation. In your cable wire, people generally put the thickness around that polymer thickness up to the critical wire only, up to critical thickness only, up to critical thickness only. Why? The reason is why, because you need higher heat dissipation. If somebody is saying this thickness is sufficient, if somebody is saying this thickness is sufficient, first what you have to do, you have to determine the Q, the value which will give the higher heat of dissipation, higher heat of transfer. You have to select that thickness. You have to select that thickness. Okay, just keep in your mind that this will be your Q and this is your thickness, that the insulation thickness. When you will increase the thickness of the cooling, the rate of heat transfer will be very high. It will increase because it will depend on your area. As you will increase the area, heat dissipation, heat transfer will be very high. At that particular point, at some point, it will reach to maximum. It will be the Q max here. Q max will be there. After that, it will get reduced. As an engineer, when somebody will ask what you will talk about in cable, then definitely you would say that we are looking for at that point where the critical thickness or where the maximum heat transfer will occur, that thickness we would suggest. Okay, you will have to take that thickness where you will get maximum heat transfer, Q max. Okay, when you will increase the thickness beyond the critical thickness, the heat transfer will reduce. If you will talk about any kind of boiler, any kind of heat exchanger unit, any kind of AC or any kind of thing, generally people enhance or increase, they generally coat any kind of material beyond the critical thickness, but it will be depend on your application. As I already told, there is a two condition: cable, electrical cable. You need higher heat transfer. What you will do, you want to apply higher insulation thickness, where the maximum heat can dissipate through your environment. Okay, that is the reason for cable. But for heat exchanger or any kind of your air conditioning system, any kind of boiler or any kind of equipment which used in industry, where we want to reduce the transfer of the heat by applying some kind of polymeric solution or any kind of glass wool or any kind of material to reduce the heat transfer, what we will do, then we will have to coat or we have to apply such kind of material which should be higher than critical thickness. Okay, just keep in your mind, both are different things, but both it is related to your critical thickness only. Okay, I think you have got what is the physical significance of critical kind of thing, why we are looking for critical. For cable, you need higher heat transfer. For any kind of equipment like boiler, heat exchanger, you want to know at what point it is critical. Then after, what will happen when you will increase the coating thickness, the heat transfer will reduce. This one was the whole concept of critical thickness. Okay, we will move ahead. And all these theory, just read, this is nothing new, because all these things will depend on your material. Like you can see thermal conductivity of the material, how much temperature you want to transfer, what should be the density of the material, the direction of the flow, where the flow it is happening, the moisture. Definitely if the moisture around the surface will be very high, then it can make some kind of trouble. You have to keep in your mind air pressure and convection in insulator. All these things, just you read once, you will get to know all these things. And these are the example, just you can see boiler, air conditioning, and preservation of liquid gases. As I already told, there is the two type of thing. Okay, one for cable, another for any kind of equipment. Just keep in your mind, don't confuse, and don't confuse yourself and other people as well. There is the two kind of thing. Now we will look into derivation. Leave it. This is your derivation. Okay, first you have any kind of furnace. Okay, this is plain wall. Okay, keep in your mind, this is plain wall. For plain wall, now you can see this is your material, steel plate, and this is your insulation. It will have some kind of conductivity, and insulation will have some kind of conductivity. As I already told, that thermal conductivity of glass wool, it is very low. it was near about 0.03. So we generally choose such kind of material which have lower thermal conductivity. If you will look this picture very clearly, if assume that there is no insulation initially, now how the heat will flow? Now you can see here I have written how the heat will flow. Q is equal to temperature difference from T1 to ambient temperature T minus T4 divided by all the resistance you have to add. How many type of resistance? Here will be your conduction resistance L by Ka. L will be your length B by Ka. Thermal conductivity K1, A will be your area, and here will be your convective heat transfer 1 by Ha. If you will not apply any kind of coating, then you will get this expression. When you will apply any kind of insulation, now you have applied some kind of insulation, then definitely it will apply some kind of resistive force. As I already told, applying any kind of insulation means you are applying some kind of resistive force to flow the heat. Then how you are controlling your heat transfer? T1 minus T4, it will be same because this is your heated part and this is your ambient temperature. B by K1A for this, and for this insulation thickness A by K2A. K2 for insulation thermal conductivity of insulating material. Okay, A by K2A plus 1 by HA, convective heat transfer, convective thermal resistance due to convection. Okay, this system, all the three terms you will have to add. This is with insulation and this is without insulation. Okay, you have got, you can easily see the comparison between both two. Okay, by applying some kind of insulation, now you can see this whole term value will increase and your heat flow will be reduced. I think you have got, if you will add this particular term, this whole value will increase. This whole value will increase. When this bottom side this value will increase, what will happen? This Q value will reduce. Okay, you want to reduce the heat transfer here for boiler or any kind of equipment. Here we are talking about for reduction of heat transfer. And here it is also written. Now you can see, as you will increase the A, the thickness, the resistance will increase, and here your heat flow will reduce. But there is one point, this is I want to highlight. If you are talking about slab, you could not find, or it is very hard to find what is the critical, because there is nothing so-called critical kind of flow, because you have to set, you have to tune your parameter based on your economy and your capital cost as well. Okay, in the plane wall, you cannot claim that this one is your critical thickness. That's why I have written here thickness does not get critical in the case of plane wall. This is for your understanding that it is exist in your plane wall as well. Oh, critical thickness comes here. The major part it is in your cable, in your flowing pipe, in your any kind of flowing kind of equipment generally exists in critical thickness. Now check, this is your electric cable. I have written electric cable, and this is your insulation radius. It is Ri of that your cable, and this is R0 is the insulation radius. This is any kind of polymer or any kind of substance that you have applied around the cable, and this is your ambient temperature T2, and H0 is the heat transfer. Then how you will approach? First you have to determine which kind of resistance is there. If you look into that, here is the one resistance due to the conduction. This is, sorry, this conduction, sorry, insulation. I have written here insulation, and the second will be your air. If the heat will dissipate from this surface, then there will be some kind of conduction kind of resistance, and beyond that there will be convection. Okay, then you have added both type of resistance. One will be due to insulation, another one is due to air. For conduction, this is your cylinder. Now you see this formula recently we have derived. Ln R naught divided by R1 divided by 2 pi Lk. Just keep in your mind, this is the formula for resistance when the heat will flow in any kind of cylinder kind of pipe. Okay, this is the resistance value, and this is the resistance due to convection, 1 by H naught 2 pi R naught L. Okay, now you have got the value of the two kind of resistance and you have added both. After adding, what you will do, you will have to determine the value of the Q. Q is equal to delta T by summation of R. You have got the value of the delta R. Just put this value here. Delta T will be T1 minus T2. This value, T1 inside, T2 here. Okay, T1 will be here. Okay, here at the surface. Means whole body you are assuming it is T1. Whole body here T1. Whole body means this, only this body, cable wire body. This is whole T1. I'm talking about this body only. T1. Then T1 minus T2. If you will look this formula first of all, look very carefully. This is logarithmic value, correct? I have written this is logarithmic value and this is linear value. What it signifies? What is the meaning of this? Means one value depend on is logarithmic, means it can propagate more or it can deviate more, because ln of any kind of value, if it is positive, it can propagate more, or if it is negative sign, definitely it can reduce the value in a larger extent as compared to linear. Okay, when you will compare, now you can see here you are looking for R naught. R naught means you want that value where you will get the maximum heat transfer, Q max. You are looking for Q max, logarithmic value. Okay, when you will increase the value of R naught, this value you are increasing. Okay, when you will increase the value of R naught, what will happen? This whole term, I am talking about whole term, will get increased. Just listen very carefully. When you will increase the value of R naught, what will happen? This whole value will increase. But when you will increase the value of R naught, what will happen? This whole value will reduce. You see? Then this is very tedious as well, that how you are claiming and how you will determine the critical thickness. One value, when you will increase the critical insulation, this value it is increasing, and this value it is decreasing. It is linearly decreasing, and this is logarithmically decreasing. Then you have to find there is one junction of both where they will get maximum heat transfer. How you will approach? Just integrate this value. I think you know this formula, yes or no? How you will determine the maxima of a particular slope? Anyone please? No or not? How you will determine, if you have any kind of equation, y is equal to x cube xy square and y square, how you will determine maximum of this value? Generally what you do, you have to integrate del y by del x and make it 0. First differentiate this value and put the value is equal to 0. Then you will get to know at what point you will get maximum of this whole equation. Okay. So similarly, you have to do the same thing. What we are saying, you are looking for maxima. At what point will be the maxima, or you can say the maximum heat dissipation, maximum heat dissipation, Q max, Q max. Then what you have to do, you have to differentiate del Q by del R, and after differentiation, uh, make it 0. Then you will get to know at what should be the value of R. Now we did the same thing. Integrate it, and this is the formula. You know this formula, yes or no? Anyone, please? Anyone have seen this formula before? Please respond yes or no.
Yes, sir, it is product rule.
Correct, correct. Then you would not be facing any kind of trouble. Then very good. Just first term, sorry, denominator term, integrate that upper term, the upper value, then differentiation of this downward value, and just whole square of this denominator. This is the whole equation. This is the formula. This is the max only. Just integrate, just make it 0. Then I have rearranged all these value, and I have got this much of the value. R naught is equal to K by H naught. Okay. Chalo. There is one we have derived, that you have got some kind of radius, critical radius, you can say. The value will be K by H naught. Okay. But okay, for plane wall we have proof, and for cylinder we have proof. Okay, and then we will have to check for cylinder as well. Okay, these things are theory, just go and read, there is nothing new. And this is for cylinder. When you will do integration, same thing. When you will, sorry, differentiation, when you will do the differentiation, you will get the again value, but here the value will be different. R2 is equal to, or you can say the RC is equal to nothing but 2K divided by H naught. For cylinder, how much you have got? This is your cylinder. How much you have got? You have got K by H naught, and for sphere, you have got 2K by H naught. Okay, have you got my point? Yes or no? I think you have got. So this was your critical insulation thickness. And if you are talking about your syllabus, we have covered conduction, convection introduction, basic concept of conduction in solid, liquid, gases, where we have talked about how the heat transfer will occur. I think you know, in the solid, lattice vibration, random molecular motion; in liquid, random molecular motion; gases, random molecular motion. Okay, in the solid, there is the lattice vibration as well. 1-2 dimensional heat conduction, already discussed. Critical and optimum insulation thickness, we have discussed recently. Introduction of unsteady state heat transfer. Unsteady state heat transfer means Biot number. Yesterday we have talked about thoroughly how the resistance comes from. Okay, principle of convection, we have finished convection. All the Newton's law of cooling is there, na? That Q is equal to HA del T. The equation of force and free convection, everything is finished. Heat flow due to conduction, convection, we have already talked about. Radiation, basic law of heat transfer by radiation, black body, gray body concept. Solar radiation, I will teach you. I don't know solar radiation. Okay, let me see. Combined heat transfer coefficient by conduction and the radiation. Okay, we have finished this thing also. And the heat transfer equipment, it is pending. This whole part is pending, and your solar radiation. So we have finished very early. Okay, and tell if you have any queries. Don't hesitate. If you have any query, you can ask. Don't worry, huh? Don't hesitate in asking, because these thing is very fundamental. If you sit for interview, na, definitely they will ask, Baba, what is the critical thickness? Just tell. So don't confuse at that point. If somebody is saying, "Arey, critical thickness means such kind of thickness where you want to control the heat transfer," that is correct. But there is one another term that at that critical thickness, at that the point of critical thickness, you will get the maximum heat dissipation. Just keep in your mind. Okay.